Ready? Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayat. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, chapter number 20, verse number 27. Story of King Bharata, son of Dushyanta. So we read that he took over after Dushyanta left for forest, and he was very powerful king, and he performed Ashwamedha Yagyas on the river Yamuna as well as Ganga, all the way starting from Allahabad to Himalayas. So he did 78 and 55. 78 on the bank of Yamuna and 55 on the bank of Ganga. And he gave a lot of charity in the yajna to thousands of brahmanas. So now he says, Traitrinshat Chatam Yashwan Badhva Vismapayan Nripan Dashyantir Tyagan Mayam Devanam Guru Mayaya. So he performed total of 133 Ashwamedha Yajna. That is the meaning, that he tied 133 horses. Vishmapayan Nripan. So he put all the great kings in wonder that how could he do this. Because to do one Ashwamedha Yajna itself is a big thing. To do 133. And after doing this, then Dashyantir Atyagat Mayam, then he transcended Maya, or he gave up his kingdom and became devoted. So Devanam Guru Maya, he attained the Guru of the Devas, that is Krishna, Deva. So that's greatness of him. Devanam api mayam vaibhavam atyagat atyashete. So Devanam mayam atyagat, he means, he gives another meaning, that he transcended even the opulence of the Devas. And yataha gurum jagat gurum harim cha yayo prapta. And therefore he attained Jagat Guru, that is Krishna. Maya vattara iti pathe maya vaibhavam tadvatam shrestha hariran sattvat. In some place the reading is maya vattara, means better vaibhav. And he is superior to them, those who have the vaibhav of maya, because he is the answer of Hari. Then he explains more about his greatness. So Mrigan Shukla Datah Krishnan Hiranyena Parivratan Adat Karmani Mashnare Niyutani Chaturdasha. So there is a yajna called Mishnare. In that Mishnare yajna, he gave 1,400,000 elephants in charity. 14 lakh. 1 lakh is 100,000, so 1,400. That's quite a lot of elephants. It's unbelievable. And who will take it? Because you have to feed the elephant. No, it is literal here. So you have to say Atishayokti, then you will say just a round figure. Koti, Ayut, Niyut. But especially saying 14. So Shukla Dattah Krishnan Hiranyena Parivratan, and these elephants were all covered with gold. Means they were decorated. This is not just a plain elephant, but they were with alankar. You know, if you have seen elephants, how they decorate. They put nice cloth on top, and then they have put marks on their forehead, bells hanging from both sides when they walk, and the bells are shaking, makes nice music. So all this. So this is the opulence of King Bharata. So Mrigan Shrestha Gajan. The word Mriga means deer, but here it means it is a type of elephant. Elephant also has varieties. So one type of elephant are called Mriga, and they are considered as the topmost elephants. So it was not ordinary elephant. He says here Bhadra, Mandra, Mrigadeyo, Gaja Jati, Bheda Uchyante. So these are very different varieties of the elephants. Bhadra elephant, Mandra elephant, and Mriga. Mashnare kasminchit karma visheshe tirtha visheshe iti kechidahu. Mashnar is some specific karma. Vedic karma looks like nobody knows what it is. Nobody has really explained. Some say that it is not a Vedic karma, but some place or some holy place. Because people also do charity. Either you do charity in a specific place or in specific occasion. Like when there is a solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, so that is time to give charity. So people also give charity in places like Vrindavan, Haridwar, Banaras, or bank of Yamuna, Ganga. So they say that Mashnara is, some people say that it is, must be some holy place, because there is no really idea what is Mashnara Yagya. Chaturdash Lakshani Adat. So he gave 14 lakh. Tathacha Smriti. So he says there is also a Smriti statement like this. Hiranyena Parivratan Krishnan Shukla Dato Mrigan Mashnare Bharato Adat Shatam Baddhani Shaptacha. So he says that Bharata, he gave in Mashnara these Mriga type of elephants which were having white teeth, black in color and covered with gold. And he gave 107 Baddha. So Baddha, you know, it came earlier as some 13,084. So if you multiply that with 107, it will come to that much. This statement is supposed to be from Atreya Brahmana. Iti tenas sapta adhikshat baddhani eva chaturdash lakshani bhavanti iti. So that's why it is not some just Atishayokti Alankara, because Brahmana is also mentioning the same number. Shri Shukdev Vivarnat Chaturdash Lakshanam Saptadhik Shat Bhago Yah Chaturashiti Dhiktrayodas Sahasra Pramana Saiva Baddham Bhavati Siyate. So he says that if you divide 14 lakh by 107, then that comes to one Baddha, which is described here by Shukdev. So there is a sloka for this. Chaturdashanam lakshanam shapta adhik shatansakaha baddham chaturashiti agre sahasrani trayodasai. So he says Baddha is 13,084 and it is 107th of 14 lakh. भरतस्य महत्कर्म न पूर्वे न परे नृपाः नैवापुर्नैव प्राप्स्यन्ति बाहुभ्याम त्रिदिवम यथा. Says that the activities which King Bharat did, they were not done by any other king, nor in the past, nor in future anyone will be able to perform anything like this. He says for others it is just like touching the heaven with your hands. It's not possible. Kirat Hunan Yavana Andhran Kankan Khashan Shakan Abramanyaan Nripanschahan Mlechan Digvijaya Khilan. And he went on Digvijaya, conquering all around, and he killed those who were not accepting the authority of the Brahmanas, Abramanyaan. Who were they? Kiratas, Hunas, Yavana, Andhra, Kanka, Khasha, Shaka, Mlechas. So all these he conquered them, killed them, subdued them. जित्वा पुरासुरा देवान ये रसो कांसी भेजी रे देव स्त्रियो रसाम नीता प्राणी भी पुनराहरत. He also did another act, that earlier the asuras they attacked the devas in Swargaloka, and then what do asuras do? They take wealth and also they take women. So they took the women of the devas from Swargaloka to Rasatala, where they live by force. So Bharata, he went and he conquered over them, and he released these women and got them back to devas. So meaning that which devas could not do, he did that. सर्वकामान् दुदुहुतु प्रजानां तस्य रोदसी समास्त्रिणाव सहस्रस्त्रिक्षु चक्रम अवर्तयत. So for 27,000 years he ruled over earth, and he fulfilled the desire of all the people. Sarvan kaman duduhutu prajanam tasya rodasi. So the earth and the sky supplied the objects or fulfilled the desire of the people, and in this way he ruled for 27,000 years. So Sahasra Dikshu Chakram Avartayat. His authority was his chakra for this many years all around. So Asura Pura Devan Jitva Rasokamsi Rasataladi Sthanani Bhejire Prapta. So he is commenting that earlier the Asuras, they have conquered over the Devas, and they took their wives. Devastriya Rasatalam Nita, they took their wives to Rasatala. Tebhye Vasurabhya Sakashat Tastriya Balibhi Pranibhi Swapresya Janai Puna Aharat. So he released them from the Asuras. Aninaya Aniyacha Divi Devan Prapyamas, and he sent them back to Devas. Pani Pani Bhiriti Pathe Pani Bhirasrai Dwar Bhutai Striyo Nita. So in some places the reading is Pani Bhi instead of Prani Bhi. So in that case it means that he used the Pani type of Asuras, some type of Asuras, to get these released, these women. and Trinava Sahasri Saptavinshati Sahasram. Trinav Sahasri means 3 times 9,000, that is 27,000. Vatsaran Vapya Chakram Senam. So for this long, his authority was there on earth. So after ruling for this such a long period, then he retired. He did not remain sticking to the power. So he says that Sa Samrat Lokpalakhyam Aishwaryam Adhirat Shriyam Chakram Chaskalatam Pranan Mrisha iti Upramama. So that emperor who has Aishwarya more than the Lokpalas, Lokpala Akhya Aishwarya Madhirat Shriyam Chakram Chaskalitam, and his chakra, his authority, his order was unfailing in all directions. So after ruling for this time of the period, he then understood, or he considered all this opulence as worthless, and therefore he retired from this and also went to forest and engaged in devotion, as it is said that he attained Hari. So this is the amazing characteristic which we read, that these kings who had so much opulence, so much power, and they were well respected by people. It is not that sometimes people in the politics, they become president, but then next election they lose. People don't vote for them, or even if they vote, they don't really like them when they are ruling. And the politician never wants to give up. He keeps on trying, even if he loses. So here we see that they voluntarily give up. There is nobody telling them to go away, but they do it. So Lokpalebhyo api asamyak khyatiri yatra. His khyati was even superior to the, khyati means fame, superior even to the fame of the Lokpalas. So there are 8 Lokpalas in 8 directions, like Indra, Varuna, etc. So he was more famous from that. Tatha Bhutam Aishwaryam, and also his Aishwarya, his opulence was more than them. Pranat Bal Hetukat Shauryat Askhalatam Chakram Agyam. And by his power, by his heroic characteristic, his order was respected by everyone. But he considered all this as Mithya Bhutam Mrisha. That this is not the ultimate thing, this is not something I must pursue to the last breath of my life. Therefore it is said Upararama, that he retired, he gave up, and Sarvam Tyaktva Vanam Gatva Bhaktya Bhagvantam Avap. So he renounced everything and went to the forest and attained Bhagavan. Now there is something interesting what is coming in the upcoming slokas. This is something very strange. Suddenly you see this from one to another, that even people like Bharata, who have all this opulence, all this power, so many Aswamedh Yagyas, right? That even fighting with Asuras, even they have something which is missing in their life, materially speaking. So he did not have a good son. And what is strange is that he had 3 wives, and they gave birth to the sons, and they killed their own sons because they were not matching with Bharata. So sometimes being extraordinary is problem for others. So he says that तस्य आसन नृप वैदर्भ्य पत्न्यस्तिश्र सुसम्मताः जघ्नुस्त्याग भयात् पुत्रान् नानुरूपा इति रीते. So that king, of course he is addressing that, O king, King Bharata had 3 wives which were the daughters of the king of Vidarbha. Vidarbha is where? Bihar? Madhya Pradesh? Maharashtra. I think that's where from Rukmani was from there. Maharashtra. लक्ष्मी तो वहीं है ना, महाराष्ट्र में नहीं, मुंबई केंद्र है ना लक्ष्मी, वहीं से तो आई थी लक्ष्मी भी, समुद्र के किनारे पानी में से निकल के धीरे धीरे चल के. तो so he had 3 queens, the daughter of king of Vidarbha, and they were very much devoted to him, and he also loved them, but they killed their sons. Jagnu Tyag Bhayat. Why did they kill their sons? Nanurupe, because they thought that these sons that don't match Bharata, and therefore he may think that they are not my sons, and therefore he may drop us. So this is quite selfish. So he says that Jagnus Tyag Bhayat, out of fear of being rejected by their husband. What kind of love is this? This much confidence. So that's why I'm saying that when somebody is very powerful, then it can become problem for other family members. So generally it is seen that if one person is very illustrious in the family, then all others actually don't like it. Because that is as if they don't have any existence or personality. No one cares. They don't have an identity. If they are identified in the society, it is only because of the person who becomes famous. Isn't it? That's how he is the brother of this guy, or he is the son of this guy. So he is not himself anything. His reference point is only that famous person. So therefore they don't like it, because they also have their own identity, their own ahankara. So generally you see this tension. So that's why this problem between Pandavas and Kauravas also. Because Duryodhana was always feeling inferior to Yudhishthira, Bhima, because he did not have character like them. So sometimes when you have good character, that by that also you create trouble for many people. Although you don't know this, but it's cause of trouble to many. Yes.
Was this fear an exaggeration on their part out of their own self-interested attachment, or was it a realistic fear based on something the king might have actually done?
There is no mention here, but it looks like that. I mean, you try to imagine how great Bharat is, from his character, from his looks, from his strength, and probably the children were no match at all to him. So they thought that maybe he will, I don't know, marry another woman or throw us out. Because kings also are absolute, like they can be despots. So that's why they must have a real fear.
Did they try to cover this up? Because if they knew that the king would find out that they killed his sons, that's much worse, I think, than just having that.
Well, how will he find out? Give poison. Child dies, you say he had a diarrhea and he died. Obviously, they were not killing them by some sword or shooting or anything like that. They must be just feeding them something and he will just sleep. So many types of poisons are available.
Then the amount of fear was superior to the amount of the faith that they had in Bharat, because Bharat was giving so many elephants and giving so much. I mean, he was so powerful that if he could definitely protect them also, they don't have a good child. What is the problem?
The problem is their own fear.
So they had a lot of fear.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When somebody is very powerful, then people fear. Even if that person is not doing anything, you still fear. Some people fear so much that you get amazed why this person is fearing when you have not done anything. Still people fear. So maybe. Ji.
So how is it possible for them to really not a child is by schizophrenia or something? Because this child is not qualified or child not there?
Your voice is breaking. After every word, one word is missing.
How did the wives figure it out? The child is not. But the father is dead, and the child is very young. Is it by physiognomy or what do they use?
Well, by seeing, you have heard that statement that at least in Hindi they say that, what is that? पूत के पाँव पालने में पहचाने जाते हैं, that you can see the character of a person even in the cradle.
Yeah, we say it in Gujarati, Putrana Lakshan Parnama.
Same in Hindi.
Yeah.
So they must have seen that. You see how Bharat was as a small kid. He was playing with the lions and subduing them, and maybe these guys were scared of dogs. If they see a puppy, they will run inside the house, scared of cats, or maybe scared of lizards. So what is this, Obviously they must have heard stories about Bharat. Not heard, but they have also seen him, what all he is doing.
Akasha.
So, what is that? So, it's not so difficult. And of course, physiognomy and astrology, all these things are there. So anyway, that's what I said, that now some strange things are coming. After hearing all the nice things about Bharata. And when he has gone and attained Krishna, then you hear some more things about him. Yes.
I guess he also expressed his desire for having a matching son.
Who will not?
And setting, his the standard so high made it very easy, for the women to feel that they will just disappoint him, but by
Yes.
And having this feeling of disappointing someone so powerful can be very strong and
Right.
leading someone to do such things.
Yeah, of course, his standard will not be just some ordinary thing. So, nanurupa na mat sadrisha imeti bhartra irite sati vyavichar shankya asmans takshati iti bhayat putran jagnu. So, Vishwanath Chakravarti says that nanurupa here seems to be more like in appearance, that they do not appear like Bharata physically. So, they thought that they will think that we are not being chaste. And this is not actually son of Bharat, and there was no DNA testing. So they thought that he may think that the children are produced by someone else, and therefore he will reject us. And this seems to be the fear. This is how Sri Vishwanath comments. So ultimately what happened, that he didn't have a son. So this is another problem. One problem leads to another problem. So the wives are not rejected, but now there is no son. So tasyevam vitathe vanshe tadartham yajta sutam marutastomena maruto bhardwajam upadadu. So when his vansha, his dynasty was getting lost or coming to an end like this, because if there is no son, then the dynasty comes to an end. So therefore he did a yagya to please Maruta by Marutastoma. Marutastomena Maruta yajata. And why he did this? Putrashti yagya. So Ishti means when you do a Sakam yagya, that is called Ishti. So it is Putrashti. It is Ishti actually, that I have a son. So then Maruta, he brought a child for him, and child's name was Bharadwaj. You heard of Bharadwaj? Bharadwaj, yes. So Marut brought a child to him who is called Bharadwaj. We have the famous Bharadwaj Gotra. Now Bharadwaj are Brahmanas. So how he got this? So tadartham vanshartham marusomena yagyena yajte tasmai maruto bharudvajam nama putram padadu nikatam aniyadad. So when Maruta was pleased by his putreshti yagya, then Maruta brought a child to him, and the child's name was Bharadwaj. Now the story of Bharadwaj is very interesting. This, you tighten your seat belt now. Because killing the child is one thing, this is even more shocking story. So how this Bharadwaj came? Listen to that. अंतर्वर्तन्याम भ्रातृपत्न्याम मैथुनाय बृहस्पति प्रवृत्तो वारितो गर्भम शप्त्वा वीर्यम अवसृजत. So Brihaspati, he has a brother. His elder brother is named Utathya, and Utathya's wife's name is Mamata. And Mamata was pregnant, but Brihaspati went to have sex with her even when she was pregnant. So this is the same Brihaspati who is the guru of the Devas. That's why you see from where Indra has learned it. Why you see all the time Indra having this problem? Because Guruji is doing this. So yatha Guru tatha chela. Right? So don't blame Indra because the tradition is set by Brihaspati. So now you ask Brihaspati what is his problem. He has his wife. So why he has to go to his brother's wife? Elder brother's wife is respected like mother, and younger brother's wife is respected like daughter. So now he wants to have relation with his elder brother's wife. And not only wants to have, he had it. Although the wife said, what is this? Don't do this. So pravritto varito garbham shaptva viryam avas. When he was doing this, then the baby inside, he spoke, he says, stop, what are you doing? I am here. I told you, just listen to the story. Some weird stuff is coming. You think weird things happen now. So the child, he told Brihaspati, don't do this. This is not good. So Brihaspati got angry and he cursed him that you become blind. So this child later on was born blind. His name was Dirghatama. You know, tamas means darkness, complete blind. He is the one who was accepted as the priest earlier, somewhere. His name came, Dirghatama. Anyway. So now Brihaspati curses him and still impregnates. So then he kicks away the semen. This boy says, forget it, I am already occupying this place. And there is not place for another one here. So he kicks him away. So it falls down and a child is born from that. That is the child called Bharadwaj. But why he got the name Bharadwaj, that will be explained here. So Bharadwaj ka iti apekshayama. Who is this Bharadwaj whom the Maruta brought and gave to Bharata? That is being explained. Antarvartanam ityadi. Bhraturutatyasya patnyam mamtayam. So his brother, his name is Utathya and his wife is Mamata. Tada dvitiya garbhasya avkasha bhavat akros purvakam garbhasthena varita. So there is no possibility of having another baby when one is already there. So he shouted from inside that don't do this, don't do this. This will not work. And there is no place here. House is full. So varita tata kruddho Brihaspati andho bhavaiti. So then Brihaspati, he got angry because kamat krodho vijayate. From lust comes anger, right? So he got angry. And out of anger he said, you become blind. So tam garbhastham shaptva balad viryam adadam. And forcibly he impregnated her. Tam tyaktu kamam mamatam bhartri tyaga vishankitam nam nirvachanam tasya shlokam enam surajagu. So then this child was born because of Brihaspati. So tam tyaktu kamam mamtam. So then Mamata, she wanted to give up that baby because she already has one inside and one came outside, and she got scared that now my husband will also reject me. What is this? Whose baby is this? So therefore it says Bhartri Tyaga Avishankitam, same problem of Bhartri Tyaga, that husband will give up. So Nam Nirvachanam Tasya Shlokaminam Surajagu. So when she wanted to give it up, then the Suras, the Devatas said that he will be called as Bharadwaj. Why he will be called Bharadwaj, that is being described in the next sloka. So Nam Nirvachanam Tasya, the description of his name is Slokamenam. The Suras, the Devas spoke the following sloka regarding this, his name. Tato Brihaspate Shrapat Garbhasto Dirgatama Andho Babhuva. So now because of the Brihaspati's curse, the child who was in the womb, whose name is Dirgatama later on, he became blind. Tena tadviryam parshni praharene yonir bahir nisharitam bhumau patitam. So he kicked the semen with his heel and threw it out. So sadyeva kumaro ajayate. From that a child was born immediately. Tam tu parviryajam tyaktu kama. So now Mamata knows that this is not the child born from my husband, therefore she decided to give the baby up. Bhartu tyagadiya shankita, because she thought otherwise my husband will leave me. Mamtam prati sura brihaspater mamtayascha samvad rupam shlokam jagu. So then the Devatas, they spoke to Mamata, which is like a statement between Mamata and Brihaspati. When the child is born, then Brihaspati is telling to Mamata. That's what the Devas are saying, and that is the cause of Bharadwaj's name as Bharadwaj. So, Kidrisham tasya sutasya nam niruchyate yenata. So what they are saying, that is the reason behind the baby or the child being called as Bharadwaja. So this is what is being described. Mudhe Bharadwajam imam Bharadwajam Brihaspate Yato yaduktva pitaro Bharadwajas tatastvayam. So Brihaspati was telling to Mamata that Mudhe, you foolish woman, Bharadwajam imam. Bhara means to nourish, to bring up, that you should take care of this child. This child is Dwaja, that it is child of both your and mine, or it is both me and my brothers, whatever you want to say. So Dwaja means born from two, and Bhara means you take care, protect. So therefore Bharadwaj. So then Mamata is saying that, oh Brihaspati, you should take care of it. So he is saying Bharadwajam imam, and she is saying Bharadwajam imam. But why shall I take care? You take care. So, and in this way, they both left the child, that you take care of it. Generally, when the child is there, then the mother wants the child and the father also wants the child, right? Earlier we had this problem when Buddha, he did this to Brihaspati, right? So then Brihaspati also wanted Buddha, that Chandra, and Chandra also wanted it. So finally Chandra got it. Here nobody wants it. So some boys are so fortunate that both wants, and some are so fortunate that nobody wants. So this Bharadwaj, nobody wanted him. So that's why he became known as Bharadwaj. This is the reason. And because nobody wanted it, so then Maruta took it. Right? So this is what happened. So Yatau Yaduktva Pitarau Bharadwajas Tata Swayam. So that's how he became Bharadwaj. So Putram Tyaktva Yanti Mamtam Brihaspati Raya. So when Mamta, she rejected the baby and she was going away, then Brihaspati spoke to her as follows: Hey Mudhe, Imam Putram Bhara Palaya. So he says, you foolish woman, you should take care of this child. She said, Bhartur Bibhemiti Chet Tatraha Dvajam Ekasya Kshetre Anyasya Bijatiti Evam Dvajam Abhyam Jatam Atastasya Priyam Putra Itina Tasmad Bhashanka. So she was afraid that my husband will be upset. So he was saying, no, this is Dvaja. He says, this is a child which is, I have given the seed, but you are the Kshetra. You are the land, and Kshetra belongs to your husband. So it belongs to both. It belongs to me and it belongs to him also. And because it is produced in his field, therefore don't fear, because it is also his. Right? Just like how Dhritarashtra and Pandu and Vidura were born. They were not conceived by the husbands of their mother, because Vichitrangada and Vichitravirya, Vichitrangada, for of course, was never married. Vichitravirya was already dead. So they were produced by Vyasa, but they are never known as son of Vyasa. They are known as son of Vichitravirya. Why? Because it is his field. So if you throw seed in somebody's field and then go away, then who will get the crop? What do you think, Jamie? You are working in the garden.
Owner of the field.
Right? The owner of the field. He will have that. So, therefore, he said that it is because it is coming from your field, it is also belonging to your husband. And I gave the seed, so it belongs to, therefore it is Dvaja, so don't fear. This is what Brihaspati is giving, the logic. Logic is very important to live in the life. When you have to prove your point, even if it is wrong, at least give logic. So that is what he said. So ata tasya api ayam putra iti na tasmad bhasanka. And Mamta said also like this. He says, no, you should take care of the child. He Brihaspate twamimam bhara yato dvajam. So she is also saying, yes, this is Dvaja, but this is Dvaja because it is because of your and mine. So both are saying that this boy is Dvaja, born from two, but the meaning of two is different. In one case of Brihaspati, it is Brihaspati and Brihaspati is brother. In case of Mamta, it is Mamta and Brihaspati. So therefore it belongs to you. So you take care of it. Dvabhyam avabhyam anyayato jata, and it is born illegally. Then because it is born illegally, so it belongs to you, because you are the one person responsible for this illegal act, not me. So now you have the child. So it's problem. child always creates problem in such situations. Because nobody wants the child. So mai akamayam te tav balatkarat tathaiv ayam atra putro na mama. He says, you actually raped me. I was not interested. I'm already pregnant. So you did balatkar. You forced yourself on me. Therefore, you take care of the child. Why you're throwing it on my head now? It's your responsibility, right? If the court has to give judgment, then to whom the court will give the responsibility? To Brihaspati. So she is right. So Pitrau Mamta Brihaspatau Yato Yatau Gatau. So therefore both of them, they left the child. Just like we read Sakuntala. So Menka left and Vishwamitra also left. Nobody took care of the baby. So this is what happens. Many times you see all these types of stories that people meet or mate and the child is born and nobody wants to take care of the child. They sometimes leave the baby somewhere, right? Sometimes there is a story, they left it in the garbage box and the baby is moving and someone sees crying. Or they leave the baby, some place is made. Right? You were telling me in Italy they have like that you can leave the baby somewhere.
Christianity, they have this, the monastery, they had a wheel. And the people who want to abandon a child, instead of leaving it on the road, what they do, they wrap them in a blanket or something, they put it there, and then they turn the wheel and the baby
Goes inside.
So they can leave it in the middle of the night, or he will not die out of cold, and then the ladies inside the monk or whatever, they find the baby.
So God's gift.
Good people.
Like they say the children are the gift of the God.
But it was very common. Yeah, actually it was very common.
So it's similar situation. Only thing is that they did not have anything like this. Otherwise they would have taken the baby there. There was some Christian church. They left Bardwa. Bardwa was there. So here Maruta has to come to protect. So therefore the baby came to known as Bharadwaja. Iti yad dukhaditi pathayasya putrasya tyag dukhat pitaro yata. So he is explaining why he got the name Bharadwaj. And now the last sloka of this chapter. Chodyamana surairevam matva vitatham atmajam vyasrijan maruto bibhran dattoyam vitathen vaye. So in this way, when Maruta was inspired when the Devas they inspire Mamta, then she considered this child as useless and therefore she gave him up. And then Maruta is the one who uplifted the baby and gave to Bharata. So his name became as Vitatha now, instead of Bharadwaj. So Vitatha means lost, because the dynasty of Bharata was lost and he came and revived it. So Vitathe Anvaye. Vitatha also means useless, false. So different meaning. So he is taking two meanings here. So Surair Evam Chodyamana, in this way being inspired by the Suras, He Mamte, O Mamta, Tvam Brihaspate Rupapater Agyam Pale. That you should follow the order of Brihaspati who is your upapati now? Sopahasa muktva. In this way they joked with her. So, tam atmajam vitatham vyartham matva. So, she considered this child as useless. Mamta lajjaya vyasrajat. So, out of modesty or shame, she left the child. Tatyaja adijam iti pathe prathajam brihaspati jatam ityartha. Evam taya tyaktam maruto abhibran. So when this was given up by Mamata, then Maruta, he took over the baby. And Bhartasya anve vitte sati datta. And gave it to King Bharat. So that's how King Bharat got a son. So it was not his own son, but what you call adopted child. And this is the end of 20th chapter.
I have three questions. One is, why does Brihaspati call Mamata foolish? Because it seems he's more foolish than her.
What does it take to call somebody foolish? There has to be logic. I mean, when you want to scare somebody, call them stupid, foolish, they will already stop thinking. If he calls her intelligent, then he'll say, if I am intelligent, listen to me. If you call somebody foolish, then you cannot order me. You are foolish, so listen to me.
Okay. And we hear many stories of children born in a very extraordinary way in those days. Like just from the semen. The semen pops somewhere and there's no need to unite with the egg and all that. Immediately, the child was already in the womb, so there was no egg available. But the semen just flew out of the womb, and immediately a child was created. And many other such stories. So is it because the semen of these personalities were so special that they had such powerful semen? Or was it that in those days it was different, the way of producing children?
Well, there are various ways they are produced. Like Brahma was not producing through semen.
Yeah.
So that is called amaithuni praja. Means progeny without union of male and female. And then we know that child is produced through union of male and female. So people who are austere, who are powerful, then they can also get by without actually going through the normal process. It's possible.
So such devas are examples of that, like Brihaspati.
Yeah.
Even though it was lust, but still there must have been some intention behind it to produce.
Yeah.
So the last question is, there's no mention anymore about Shakuntala. What happened to her?
What happened means
Whether
she must have followed her husband. It's not mentioned, but just like we heard earlier in case of Pururava, right, Devyani. So sometimes it is mentioned, like Prithu Maharaj and Archi, they mention, or Devhuti and Kardama. But it's not always described. It's understood that they are together. It's like Dhritarashtra and Gandhari also went together to forest.
So Bharata ruled for 27,000 years. Is it that also all the population lived so long also, or just he?
No, others also lived long.
And during these, when they had these long lives, then these was it also that the first quarter of the life was then for Brahmacharya, second quarter for Grihastha, and so on?
No, I mean 27,000 years does not mean that for 27,000 years he was in brahmacharyas. No, not necessary.
Okay, because this rule of this rule of 25 years, this is
It's taking 100 as this
yeah.
lifespan.
Yes, so then it's just a quarter. So I'm wondering if it's proportionate.
No, it is
No,
not.
less.
That's why I'm saying it is not proportionate.
Okay.
No, don't think that another 27,000 years he's going to live in the forest.
Barbara, you want to ask?
Yes, also. Yeah.
Okay, you
Thank
ask.
Haribol. No, I was just wondering that the Mama, what's her name? Mamata didn't want to have any relationship with the Asati, and he forced her to.
Cannot increase the volume.
Because of this, then the abortion is legal, it's permitted. So I wonder, I know that Brihaspati is a great personality, so how the society, the Vedic society, deal with this, because it's now it's very different.
Can you repeat what is that?
Bhada, 1 second. We had a problem here with the speaker.
Why your computer has only this much volume? So the maximum?
Yes, maybe also that the input was low. Could you maybe repeat now?
Yes, is it? It's very strong. Okay, no, that it seems that Brihaspati molested Mamata. Mamata didn't let him, didn't have any sexual intercourse with him willingly. So,
Can you listen and repeat to me?
Yeah, basically what she's saying that she was not agreeing and she was molested, and then whatever the Vedic etiquette is not like that, and then it's like many ladies now they want to get an abortion when they are molested in the modern time. They reject the child, and that's why they thought to make the abortion legal because of that.
So what is the question?
And now that I don't understand.
Okay, so Bhadra, was your question that how
and the question is, this is happened. This is the way modern society deal this subject. It seems that
Maybe you should write in the chat and we can write the
I
question
think now we
in the chat.
can hear. So the, yeah. So the question was how did they deal with Brihaspati? Or was it illegal at that time?
No, it is not legal. Certainly it was not legal. How did they deal with him? With such people, their infamy itself is enough. Just like Brahma's instance is there, so it is when such people they do something wrong, and they find the mistake that itself is a punishment for them. So of course these stories have other understanding or explanations, but seeing from our point of view is this, that even such great people, they can be influenced by lust. Later on in 12th canto there is a statement that except for Narayana nobody is free from it. So and the commentators say that only Lord Narayana, Krishna, Vishnu and his devotees can be free from lust. Anyone else is influenced by it. And that is the point of these stories, one of the points. There may be other points. But one of the points is whether it is Brahma or whether it is Shiva or whether it is Indra. You see in all of them there are stories related with everybody. We have Brihaspati, we have read about Chandra, right? We know story of Brahma. So even Shiva he controlled but he got angry. So it is to show that how this is a very powerful force in human beings. And the only solution is only if one takes shelter of Krishna, surrenders in the true sense of the word, not just saying it or making a show of it. That does not work. Because the reason is that as long as I am thinking that I am an enjoyer, then the nature of enjoyment will manifest. And this relationship with opposite sex is one of the very strong enjoyment in the material world. So as long as one identifies with the body and does not think that I am servant, but I am enjoyer, then this desire cannot go away. So these stories of whether Saubhari Muni, Vishwamitra, who are being great ascetics, great yogis, or these other people being great personalities, devas, they all have this. And then we have the stories where somebody is a devotee. Even Arjuna went to heaven, Swargaloka, and Urvashi, who is the best of the Apsaras, approached him and he refused. So that shows that a devotee is different than that. So this is to make this point. Why these stories are now being brought, especially here in 9th canto, because then 10th canto Krishna's stories will come, and Krishna's story is all about women. So then the same idea will come that maybe that's what he is also doing. Many people think like that. So it is to show the contrast, that if you want to understand Krishna's Leela, then you have to remain free from this. Otherwise you are going to misunderstand it. Because you will think that he is also influenced by Kama. Can put this close to me.
Yes, ask.
Okay, my question is about these women fearing of being rejected by their husband. So I'm wondering if it was kind of part of the protocol or because of this Aishwarya of the kingdom environment, the intimacy because between the wife and the husband stop the wife from talking and maybe opening her thought to her husband, even though he is the king, because they could have talked with him, saying, I'm afraid I won't be able to give you a proper child like you are, who will be a great king.
So is it because of his Aishwarya, so that the intimacy is not that close? And or can we say that, I mean, basically where there is fear, there's no love, so they kept very fearful, and maybe if they would have talked with their husband, maybe it would have been different.
Yeah, so that's why I already explained it, that when somebody is very powerful, then it is also a problem for many people. We don't see it. Just try to imagine somebody being like Bharata. So it is not easy to be intimate with such people. So obviously from this story it naturally comes that these wives were not as intimate as you are thinking that they should have been or they should be. They were not. Otherwise, who would like to kill their own child? And out of fear, that husband will reject. So that means, what does it mean? That they are not very intimate. And maybe that's why the child was born like that. Because there was not much intimacy. So that's probably the cause behind it. So it is not always that relationship are full of love. It may be just official. And so much Aishwarya. So when fear is there, then there is no love. Because the person whom you fear, you don't love that person. So this is what Aishwarya does. It creates a distance. Aishwarya brings that awe and reverence means distance.
Babaji Maharaj, I had two questions. Basically, first was regarding this, like now we have this constitution and whatever something transgresses some moral principles or dharma, then there is some kind of punishment or these things. But in all these stories, we are not finding that part, Babaji. So was it is it only instructive? Then if it is instructive, then why not that punishment part is said, like now this Brihaspati, first Chandra did this to Brihaspati, now Brihaspati doing to his elder brother, and we see all these things. So the thing which is coming into my mind is that Manusmriti actually was at that time. But still, there's no...
Yeah, but you are not understanding that there was no such thing as you are thinking. First of all, who is ruling over Brihaspati or Chandra? You think they are part of somebody's kingdom or what? Whose kingdom are they part of? Who is ruling over them?
It must be like if Indra is the king of heaven, then
And-
Indra should be.
And Brihaspati is his guru. So how he is going to punish him?
What about Chandra?
So what about Chandra? Chandra gave back the wife. There was a fight. I mean, you think that everybody is punished now in democracy? There are so many people who are making all these big scams. How many of them are being punished? Tell me. That guy is sitting in London. What is his name? This Mallayya.
Vijay Mallya.
So is he being punished? Can you punish him? You make so much noise, go on making your noise, that guy is there already. At least few years it's going on. And there's so many. This Dawood, who is that Dawood guy? Dawood Ibrahim. What can you do to him? He created a havoc against a whole country. And that small country where he is living, could you do anything? What are you going to do? Your constitution, do what you want to do. You caught one guy out of those terrorists, it took you 2 years to hang him. And how much money was spent on that? So it's still like that. How many people actually get punished now? If you have money, you evade it for 20 years, 30 years, whatever. So it's always like this. The law is only for poor people and weak people. Those who are strong, what law can do to them?
Oh, I agree that they manipulate the law according to their requirement.
So
But then, like when we are reading in scriptures, then obviously we have slight idea that these people are ideal in the sense.
yeah, this is exactly what I'm trying to explain to you, that ideal is there, but these people also have problems. So our ideal is Krishna.
Right.
All these people whom you think ideal, they all have problems. They also have something. They are not God. God is the only person who is ideal. He is the only nirdosh. Everyone will have some problem. You also have, I also have, everybody has. Anybody who is here in the material world is conditioned and has some problems. So why Brihaspati would be perfect? Maybe that's what is being shown. Shukracharya, Brihaspati, Yayati, they are all great personalities. If you see their character, you are only seeing just one thing, but also Brihaspati is not an ordinary person. But this is what is being shown, that they also have some lacuna in them. And only way you can become free from this is by becoming devotee. Hara bhaktasya kuto mahad guna. So, yasyasti bhagavati bhakti rakinchana sarve guna tatra samasate hara. Hara bhaktasya kuto mahad guna. So, if one is not a devotee, so obviously they are also devotees, but devotees of different type. Different types of devotees are there, therefore they are not perfect. So only when you are on the path of Uttama Bhakti, then you become free from these defects, otherwise not.
Right. Another one was a very small question. Like you said, Bharadwaj name came because there were two, like Mamta and Brihaspati, or his elder brother. What about the first part, Bhar? Dwaja, I understand by up to. What about Bhar?
Bhar means Bharan Poshan जानते हो?
Yes.
बस वही है.
Okay.
Okay, we'll stop.